Hello, everyone. This is Queen Rena, High Priestess, Life Path number, Master number 11. I'm coming to you with another inspirational video, something that's very important. What is the Matrix? As those of you know, most of you should already know, there is a movie. It actually has three parts to it. And it's called The Matrix, where it talks about life and what people are actually doing in life and how it's not real, is not real reality. And so if you have not watched that movie, I would encourage you to watch the movie. It actually has three parts to it: The Matrix, The Matrix Reloaded, and Matrix Revolution. So you can go ahead and check out those movies. It's called The Matrix. So you can go it's on Netflix as well. So if you have Netflix, you can watch it on Netflix as well. So I would encourage you, if you have not watched it, to at least watch the first one. But if you watch the first one, you need to watch all three of them. So make sure you watch that movie, and it'll tell you all about, The Matrix. And as I was watching, I actually had only watched the first movie. When it came out, like when the Matrix and movies were coming out, I had actually watched the first one. So this past weekend, I actually watched the other two, the second and the third one. And so I wanted to elaborate on what the Matrix is, since I'm a natural spiritual person, and I pretty much have the credentials to talk about and explain what exactly is the Matrix. So the movie did a good job teaching and telling people what the Matrix is, but really, even in the movie, it did not tell you exactly what the Matrix is. So, what is the Matrix? Pretty much, the Matrix is anything that is physical. So even when they got out the so-called Matrix, they were still in a matrix. So the Matrix is anything that seems and appears to be physical. Scientists will tell you that nothing is actually physical, that is actually made of moving atoms, and that is correct. It appears through your consciousness that things are physical. Like, it appears that you have this body. It appears that this wall is here. It appears that I'm sitting on a chair in a desk. It appears. And, that's actually, really good for our consciousness, because it gives us a chance to learn and experience and slow down our actual energy instead of just having to feel energy all the time, which is our next thing. What is not the Matrix? So the actual thing is, what's not the Matrix is energy, is when you are just pure energy. That is when you are not in the Matrix. So, and like I said, I'm a natural spiritual person. I actually remember, I have memory from ancient times, also before I was born. So I know what the Matrix is, and I know what is not the Matrix, and I know what the Matrix is for. So what is not the Matrix is when you are just your pure self, which is energy, which is your soul, which is when you're one with God, when you're one with Source, when you're one with the Creator, whatever you want to call God, whatever you want to call the Source, the Creator, whatever. So when you're one, when you're just being pure energy, pretty much there's nothing around. All you are is just one, and you're feeling that bliss, that happiness, that bliss, that goodness, that love, and all it is that's it. There's nothing physical. There's nothing going on. You don't have a body or anything like that. That is actually the only thing that's not a matrix. The matrix is a formulation of reality. Anything that has some type of reality, anything that you can feel, taste, touch, whatever, physicality, that is the matrix. So you can have a good matrix, or you can have a not so good matrix. That is the thing. And the thing is, you want to create a good matrix, and you don't want to get stuck in a matrix, in a reality. That is the thing. You do not want to get stuck, and you want to be in a actual good matrix. You want to be in an actual good reality. You don't want to be in a reality where you're feeling sick or tired, or you're not happy. You don't want to be in that type of matrix. You don't want to be in that type of reality. So who are the agents and handlers in this physical reality matrix. The right now, since the world has been falling because we actually used to be in a higher matrix. We actually used to be in a higher reality where we were happy, there was love and goodness, and we could do amazing things, kind of like X-Men type of people. Also, you would know that Christ, when Jesus Christ, Yeshua, whatever you want to call him, when he came down and did all these amazing things, he was like, this is nothing. You're the one who's supposed to be doing all the amazing things. You're the one, you're supposed to do greater works than I do. That is what Christ was talking about. That's what Jesus was talking about. That's what Yeshua was talking about. You're supposed to be amazing. You're not supposed to be here in this dense, dead physicality, going to work, doing this, trying to exercise, trying to take care of yourself, trying to do whatever, trying to make it to survive. You're not supposed to be doing that. That is a hellish matrix. That is a hellish reality to constantly do that over and over again, and people are depressed, sick, and everything that's not good. So you don't want to be in a type of matrix reality that's like that. And so now that people, you have people who know what the matrix is and know what physicality is, and they want to keep other people as slaves and robots and all that. And so people have been trained and pretty much programmed through things like television and media to try to hinder people who are awake or have some type of sense, or who would try to help other people. And so that program has been going on for some time now, for some while now. And the people who are agents and handlers, some people, if you listen to some Black people, they might say, oh, it's white people. They're the ones who are the negative, beings or energy or whatever. But white people are actually not the negative beings in energy. Like I said, I am a higher being. I come from ancient times. They are actually not. They are another version of us. They are our reflection, and they actually are supposed to help us because they are us in a different body with a different type of consciousness. They're supposed to help us, themselves, rise up out of the matrix. And they're kind of doing that, but the thing is, the way they're supposed to do it is that they're supposed to pretty much get on your nerves and make you not want to be in this low vibration matrix. So yeah, they do that. But the thing is, the actual negative energies entices them to not help, to not do what they're supposed to do. So they're helping, and also some of them are not helping. So the actual negative energies is enticing them, because it's kind of easier to entice them because of the way that their consciousness is made to be able to do what they're supposed to do, which is pretty much be kind of like a lower vibration, or not do the right things. That's the way they were supposed to be made, but they weren't supposed to be like evil and doing a lot of crazy evil stuff. They weren't supposed to do that. But like I said, I am a older being, so I know why they do those things is because we actually made them in kind of the image of, we made them where they have good, and we also made them in the image of that low vibration, so they can actually deal with the low vibration energies, and also they can deal with those beings who embody that low vibration energy. So we kind of made them like that because they're us, but they're different. So they're different. We're made different, so we can handle all that craziness. Because the divine feminine, like me, I can't do any of that low vibration type of stuff. So we had to make a different version of ourselves to be able to deal with low vibrating people who's not treating women's right, who's being evil, who's selling drugs, and who's trying to manipulate and control people. We actually made a different version of ourselves to handle those type of energies, but because those energies was here, and it was starting to grow long before white people even existed. Okay. And so that energy came off those beings who were already doing those evil things, and that energy just started to grow and grow and grow. And I like to call that energy a backwards energy, energy that pretty much steals, kills, lies, deceives. Because if you notice, people of a lower energy, those are the things that they do. They started doing that, and that energy started growing. So we had to create beings that could deal with that energy, show them this is not what you're supposed to be doing. This will happen to you. This is what you will become if you continue to go down this line. If you continue to go down this road. So that's what white people are really for, is pretty much our last option before pretty much total destruction of that energy actually coming to pretty much destroy you, because that energy will destroy itself. So we had to create beings try to show you a reflection, show you yourself, so you will be able to see, oh, this is not good. Even now, people can, see the reflection and see somebody, oh, this is the injustice of black people, but they don't realize that within the black race, you're still doing that to women, you're still doing that to children, you're still doing that to people. You're doing the same things that they're doing. White people are a reflection of you. They're supposed to show you a reflection so you will know to stop doing it. So when you stop doing those evil things, then your reflection will stop doing it. And anything that's not cohesive and going along the lines of righteousness, that's going to be destroyed. That's what's supposed to happen, and that's what's going to happen. And so now we are, in the last days. If you don't know that, then you have not been paying attention. And white people, they don't have time to be trying to help and all that. They have to try to get themselves right, and they also help as at the same time. But now they have to start getting themselves right. And also they, a lot of them have been, caught up with these negative energies, because these negative energies have been promising them, things like white supremacy. And also, just like in the black race with our guys, the negative energy has been promising them things like, oh, you don't have to do no work, you can do whatever you want, you can treat women any type of way, you don't have to, you don't have to be, do right by your children, you can have as many multiple wives, baby mamas as you want, or whatever. So, those negative energies will promise you the world and gold and, make it seem like okay, but really the negative energy is it does the same thing that low vibrating people do. It just lies, say, oh, you're going to get this. We're pretty much whispering sweet nothings in your ear that, females should be very, females should know exactly, these type of energies, because they have to deal with them all the time. Whispering sweet nothings in your ear that you don't ever get. That's the same thing that this energy does to those people, like white people, oh, you're going to get white supremacy and all this type of stuff, but they don't realize down the road, everything's going to backfire. Oh, and then to these guys, these low vibrating guys, like the rappers and people who watch them, who try to imitate the rappers and, baggy pants, drugs, alcohol, giving drugs and alcohol to the women, not taking care of, having multiple baby mamas, not taking care of your children, all that. These negative energies have infiltrated the music industry, the media, and made our the black race even more worse. But if you can't wake up, then if you can't see that this is not right, then that's pretty much on you. If you don't have the consciousness and the sense to see that this is not right, that this is not the path that you need to follow, that's your bad. Because everything on a higher perspective, because I see things on a human's perspective and also a more higher perspective. So if you come to my channel and you watch my channel, you're going to get things more on a higher perspective. You're also going to get things on more of a human's perspective as well. So if you see, all these negative things and that's going on, it's actually supposed to wake you up as well. If you can't wake up after seeing all this crazy stuff and, seeing pure evil and all that, then that's your energy, that's your vibration. So when you don't rise up to a higher heaven realms, you didn't cultivate yourself. You didn't try to be on a high vibration. That's your bad. So how do you get trapped in the matrix? Third question. So how do you get trapped in the matrix? Is pretty much being attached. You don't want to be attached to anything. You can't even be, when also females, black females, they should know this pretty much, because even though you've had it the hardest here, not being treated right, trying to, women's rights, and not being treated right in the black race, and having to being not treated right, not fairly outside, when you go out to work and different places. So you have like two strikes, against you or whatever, which is really crazy, because like I said, I am from the higher heaven realm, and the divine mother energy is the thing that actually runs the whole universe. So it's really crazy. So actually, before I got here in the physical realm, God told me that y'all are not treating women's right, and I thought it was very bizarre and very crazy, because the divine mother energy is what runs everything. It's the energy. Nothing would be anything if it wasn't for her, if it wasn't for the divine mother energy. So divine mother, feminine mother energy. So that was really, really crazy. And then when I finally got here in the physical realm,